It's my greatest pleasure to be talking to you, Amrita, today. Could you please introduce yourself and what do you do for business?
Well, first of all, Noor, thank you so much for getting me on this platform. It means a lot, and it's wonderful to be here. I think you're doing a very noble cause. You're doing something which is like very great and connecting with people from all over the world right now because so much is going on right now that people need people who can encourage them, motivate them, inspire them, and kind of tell them that everything is going to get all right. Yes, so saying that, I have an experience of about 22 years, and I've got diversified experience from different genres, different verticals, and I've gained a lot of diverse experience. And I've been wanting to write a book for a very long time. It's about inner transformation. It's about the entire life journey of mine in terms of like, what is important to getting in the inner transformation as such. And the most important thing is that the paradigm shift is the fundamental base to get the inner transformation. Because, when we are born, Noor, we are all born as lionesses. The power is in us, the happiness is in us, right? And what happens is that as we get older and older, our environment, everything around us, what we see here and everything conditions us more and more with the passage of time. So what happens is that what you were born as, you kind of drift away from that and you get conditioned into something else what you're not, right? So it's a very tough time right now in terms of what's going on, the pandemic and everything. But now is the time to kind of connect with your inner soul, because the universe has given us the clear signal that you need to awaken. All our life we've been asking the universe, give us more time, give us more time, give us more time. The universe literally has given each one of us the time to kind of go inside yourself, kind of connect with your inner self, your higher self, and see as to how you can become that version 2, or that perfect person you always wanted to be. So I think a paradigm shift is the fundamental to an inner transformation. The other thing is that Noor, all the time people are only complaining. We don't have this, we don't have that, this person is like this person is like that. What happens is, when you complain a lot of complaints come back in your life. But when you are saying thank you God, thank you universe, thanking God and universe for each and everything, then all the happiness, all the blessings, all that your heart desires, all of it comes back. It comes to you in many folds, it gets amplified, and your life becomes blissful. So gratitude is a very, very powerful word, which we must do it every day. So what I do is, when I get up in the morning, the first thing I do is I go do a gratitude meditation. I don't think of anything else. I know it's tough to hear this kind of a thing, that gratitude meditation first thing in the morning, but it's a matter of habit. Once you start doing it, the minute you get up in the morning and say, what, I want to start my day with gratitude meditation, because there is nothing more powerful than gratitude meditation. So that's very, very important. So I start my day with that. Also, what my book entails is, it talks about self-limiting beliefs. A lot of time, people don't realize that there are so many beliefs stopping them from accomplishing all that they want. They themselves are kind of stopping themselves. So if you're going to stop yourself, then how will you achieve greatness, or how will you achieve what you want to accomplish in life? So what I always say is, in my book also, what is mentioned is that basically realize what your beliefs are, understand that, list them down on a piece of paper, see which are the self-limiting beliefs, circle them, and get in the new beliefs, put them there. I know it's difficult what I'm saying, but if you start doing it on a daily basis, within 21 days, you find everything changing around you, everything becoming beautiful, blissful. It's going to become what you always wanted it to be. But it's very important to, first of all, connect with your inner self, right? The other thing is also, there are a lot of conflicting beliefs, which means I want to achieve this, but I'm not worthy, right? So you again stop yourself. So self-limiting beliefs. Then also I speak about aggressive and assertive. So it's important to be assertive because it's about your individuality, right? It's about you as a person. But then don't be aggressive, because aggressiveness is also rudeness. So you can't hurt somebody else's feeling, but then yet again, you can be assertive, because it shows that you've got principles in life, you're firm, and you stand up for them. Then it talks about love and fear. So my book kind of entails everything a person would need to kind of bring in the inner transformation, each and everything. And it's not just a book with words. It's got a lot of exercises, a lot of things you can do. So it's a very interactive, it's a very experiential, it's a book you can resonate with. And it's something which you will say, yes, I want to do this. Because you know what? We all are lion and lionesses. And we all, the happiness is within us. Now, Noor, another thing is, people think, for example, that the happiness lies outside. So I want to give you a story.
Yeah.
So there was yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Sure. So, yeah, so, okay. I'm a very passionate person. I'm sure you can make out. So, right. So, Noor, the thing is that, you know, there was this grandmother, and the grandmother, you know, lost her key, and she was looking for a key somewhere. You know, she was looking in a room for a key. Now, the grandkid comes, and the grandkid says that grandmother or granny, or whatever you term her as, or nana, what you say outside India, it could be any term, right? That so you say that, you know, granny, what are you looking for? So the grandmother says that I'm looking for a key. So the grandkid starts looking for the key in the same room where she's looking. And then then the grandkid comes and asks the grandmother again, that granny or nana or whatever you call, that where did you lose your key? And the grandmother says, I lost my key in the other room, but it's very dark. So the grandkid says that if you lost your key in the other room, what are you looking here for? Why are you looking here? So sometimes you're always looking for happiness outside. The happiness is within each one of us. We all are born for greatness. We all are lion. We all are lionesses. It's all inside us. The power is within us. It's not outside. The other thing is that, you know, a lot of people, they tell me, Amrita, you're so high on energy levels and everything. I tell them very clearly that remember one thing, you're a sum total of 5 people in your life, right? So the people you surround yourself with, you become like them. So I also want to thank all my mentors, my coaches from all over the world. I attend a lot of international summits. I go to a lot of international, you know, all these summits happening online. So I'm a part of them. And I've got amazing mentors who kind of coach me and mentor me and everything. And I've learned a lot all my life. I've been a very keen learner all my life. I've learned a lot and I love learning. And I, you know, I love learning. I love reading books, which is going to help me evolve myself, grow myself. So I do a lot of learning on a daily basis. For me, every day is a new day, you know. So I basically tell people also that if you want to be high in energy levels, you need to surround yourself with the people who are high on energy levels. Because if you're going to surround yourself with people who are low on energy levels, then they're emitting subconsciously their low energy on you. You're consuming it, and then you come to that level. So it's very important to surround yourself with people who are, you know, who've accomplished a lot, who are high achievers, who are basically, you know, high in energy levels, because these things play a very crucial role. So it's all about, right from paradigm shift to your energy, to your self-limiting beliefs, how to remove that, how to get new beliefs, mirror exercises. Beautiful thing. So for the affirmations, what I would suggest is that, you know, I've also mentioned in my book is that do mirror exercise, because when you say in front of the mirror, it's a reflection of you. It's a reaffirmation to you, right? So like, for example, you can say, I'm abundant. I'm healthy. You know, you could relate to whatever you want to relate to, and you could say all of that. Now, my book is basically, I'm also a transformation coach, because what I want is, I want a world where everybody has got abundance of everything. Abundance of relationships, abundance of love, health, wealth, happiness, everything. And I want to impact as many lives as possible. And I want to make them live a freedom life, like a life of freedom. Because, and the best way to do that would be also be you and be free. When you're yourself and you're not enacting anything and you're not trying to fake it, then you're totally free. You're free in your mind, body, and soul.
Yeah, that's so impressive and so interesting. Great. So the first question
Thank
is
you
how,
so much, Noor.
yeah, how can we find purpose?
Sorry?
How can we find purpose?
What a beautiful question. So, purpose is basically you need to go back to your backstory. Now, all of us, since we were like kids, we've gone through so many experiences in life. We've gone through so many ups and downs. We've gone through so much in life, right? Now, when we go back to our backstory and we go back to seeing and analyzing what our story has been so far, you could be of any age, then you'll get to know what your purpose is. Because your purpose is in your story, right? And when you've come out of a particular challenge or an obstacle, then the recipe, the basically when you've come out, the solution is your success, is a recipe of success. So that is your purpose, and that is your, so a lot of time what happens is that what may be common to you may not be common to somebody else, may not be. So for example, for me, gratitude, manifestation, all these things are very common because it's become a part of my life. The minute I get up in the morning, I'm thanking everybody in my life, starting from my life to my parents, to my siblings, to my mentors, to my spouse, my everybody, my kid, everybody, my what comforts I've got. So for me, it's very common. But for the other person, may not be very common because you may be saying, what is this here? What is gratitude? Why do I need to say thank you? Right? So
Yeah.
we need to go to the story and understand what has gone through our life, what has happened, the entire thread. And that thread is your purpose.
Perfect. Why is gratitude important?
Right. Beautiful question again, Noor. See, gratitude is the fundamental to getting anything in life. Gratitude is basically you are thanking God and the universe for each and everything in your life. A lot of time people forget what they've got in life. They're only looking for what they don't have. So for example, if you're going to keep on looking at your pending payments, right? Or you're
Okay.
going to keep debts, a lot of debts are going to come back, right? But if you're going to keep on looking at the blessings you've got and you're thankful for things, then a lot of blessings come in your life and everything gets amplified. So now you have to decide that whether you want a lot of happiness, a lot of bliss, a lot of joy in your life, or you want to be sad all your life. The choice is ours. See, eventually in life, the choice is yours. The decision you have to make. Now you have to decide from where you want to operate, what you want, and how you want it.
Yeah. So strong. How? Let's go to the next question. How to do a gratitude meditation?
Wow. I love that. Okay. So should we do it together?
Okay. Why not? I'm ready.
Okay, great. Perfect. Okay. So we're going to close our eyes, right? Okay. So
But you
whatever I
keep,
say, just
but you
and
keep
let's
your
do
eyes
it.
open. Okay.
Now I'm going to close my eyes also. I'm going to do it. We're going to do it together.
But people will not watch us close eyes.
Okay. Right. So, okay. So let me explain you the entire process.
Okay.
So what happens is that, for example, we have to sit in a comfortable position, right? We have to sit straight, right? Because it's our chakras, right? All our chakras together. So what happens is you need to just sit comfortably, take in the deep, inhale inside, like when you inhale, you take in all the positivity and all the beautiful things and everything, abundance, basically abundance of all that you desire for. So just inhale slowly, exhale with all the negativity, all the negative toxins, all that you don't want in your life, all the dead baggages, all that has been causing you a lot of pain, just exhale that out. Do that 3 times. Again, inhale, take in all the abundance, exhale, take out all the negativity, all the things just stopping you from being who you are, all the negative toxins, all of it. Again, inhale with all the abundance which is waiting for you, the universe wants to give you. And exhale with all the negativity, all the negative toxins and everything. Now I would like you to say Om 3 times. Please say Om. Right, just open your eyes. And yeah. And so now we're going to be starting with thanking our life, because people are struggling a lot with their life. They're in the hospitals. A lot has gone in, right? A lot people have struggled, basically gone through a lot in terms of their health. So we're going to start with thanking the universe for giving us a healthy life, a fit life, you know, good life, right? So we're going to start with thanking our life. Then we're going to start with thanking Our parents. What we are today is all because of them. When we were born, we couldn't even talk or speak or walk or anything. Our parents have made us the person we are today.
Sure.
And a lot of time we get so busy in our life, we forget our parents, right?
Yeah.
So thank your parents. Tell them that you love them a lot. And thank you for all they, the parents are the only one who will love you unconditionally. The love of a parent is equivalent to a love of a God. God cannot be on earth, but he sent parents. Then thank your siblings for always being there for you, standing by your side if you've got any siblings, right? Everybody depends if they've got any siblings. If you're a bachelor or a spinster or a married person, accordingly thank those people, your spouse, your girlfriend, or your boyfriend, right? Because they've been there for you, they believed in you. Thank all your family members because each one of them have been a beautiful part of your life. Each one of them, your uncle, aunts, everybody, right? Then thank of all the comforts you got. You see, people don't even have houses, they don't even have a roof over them, they don't even have anything to eat. At least you're blessed with a beautiful house, you'll be blessed with the roof, you've got food to eat, you've got food in our fridge, right? Then thank for all that is. So what I also want you to do is I also want you to think that all that you don't want in your life. So think of a container or a box or anything, pack all that you don't want in your life, just pack it up. And remember, the more emotions you put in, Noor, the more the ceiling level goes up, right? So which means the more you, emotion is what? Energy in motion, right? So the more emotions you have, the more powerful emotions you have, right? The more you accomplish in life, the more you get in life, right? Then thank for all the things which are going to come into your life. Think that you've already got them. It's already there for you. That is waiting for you. And believe you me, there are no accidents in life. We are at the right place at the right time. There are no accidents. We are meant to be at this call right now talking about this. There are no accidents, right? And the other thing is that, thank for all that you want to have in your life. A lot of time, what people do is, Noor, they start doubting it. So even when they do a manifestation meditation, they do it and they're thinking, but then they're doubting it. Now, even if you're going to just do a manifestation meditation, but if you're not going to take any action, nothing is going to come. If you're going to keep saying, oh, you know what, I want this, nothing will happen. Because you have to be an action taker. All these things are important to connect with our inner self, connect with universe and God. But on the same hand, we need to basically do all these things.
Yeah.
Be an action taker. We can't just be sitting and saying, you know what, I'm going to get this. How?
Certainly.
You have to be an action taker. So thank for all those things, and those things are very important. And also very important is that when you do all this, you should be doing it right before going to sleep in the night and just the minute when you get up, because that is a theta state. That is when your subconscious mind is most receptive. So whatever you're putting in at that time, it's all going inside. And believe you me, people think that, it's too late in our life, Amrita. Remember, age is never a factor. It's never a factor. It's a myth. It's a myth that, oh, you know what, nothing can happen right now. But it doesn't happen like that. What matters is that you do this, and it's going to be tough. I'm making it very clear with you. It's going to be damn tough. But if you do it, and if you do this on a daily basis, depending on person to person, it's going to start showing up in your life. All the joy, all the happiness, all the bliss, everything. Within about 7 days to 21 days to X number of time. But please remember, the emotions will make it all happen.
Yeah.
You can't say, Amrita said this, so it's going to happen. No, I'm just telling you, eventually you'll be the one manifesting all of it. Eventually, each person outside will be the one manifesting it. It's all their emotions which gets them to the place they want to be. So also, what you give out to the universe is what you get back. So we have to be very, very wary and very choosy of what we're thinking.
Yeah, right? That is so really inspiring. Okay,
Thank you.
Yeah. So let's go to the next question. What is Ho'oponopono?
I love this. Right. Okay. So, yeah, so it's very important, Noor, to love yourself. A lot of time, people are always trying to please everybody in life. So, when you're trying to please everybody in life, you please nobody,
Ah, yeah.
right? Now, it's very important to understand that if you have love inside, right, then only you can give love outside, right? If you don't have so much of like the way I'm talking to you, you can imagine how passionate I must be and how much of love I've got that I'm saying all this out to you, right? So it's all about basically loving yourself, first of all. You need to understand that. That's very important. Loving yourself, self love is the most powerful thing. Now, what happens, Noor, is that basically we have gone through a lot in life, right? A lot of painful moments, a lot of ups and downs, a lot of pain, right? So if you want to be again, get in the inner transformation and be your best version, you need to cleanse your system,
Sure.
right? Right. So if you've got toxics around, if you've got toxics inside your system, how can you be your best version? You can't be, no?
Yeah.
Right? So what Ho'oponopono is a Hawaiian mantra, right? It's basically about what it says. It says, okay, it says, I'm sorry,
I'm
please
sorry.
forgive.
Please forgive.
Yeah, I'm sorry, please forgive me.
I am.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
And I love you.
And I love you.
Right now, when you, so you can say, if you say this, say 108 times every day, right? I know it's difficult to find out to get that kind of time because we all are busy and tied up and everything. But if you can do that, it just removes all the negativity from your life, right? So what it means is when you say, I'm sorry, right? You're saying, see, nothing is stopping you from being great. The only person who's stopping you is you yourself. Let's understand that very well. When you say, I'm sorry, you're telling the universe that I'm sorry that, I got in so many self limiting beliefs, right? That I was not able to be who I am.
Yeah.
See, there are no accidents. We all are miracles. There is a reason why we're here in this time and place. There is a reason.
Certainly there is a reason.
Yeah. So for example, even when a baby is born, right? Parents try to have a baby and all that. When the baby is born, a baby itself is a miracle. A baby is come to do certain things in life, to accomplish things in life, right? So when you're saying I'm sorry, you're saying sorry God for kind of getting in the self-limiting beliefs, and I shouldn't have got that in the first place, because if I have to be my best, then I have to play my best, then I have to not have any self-limiting beliefs, right? The second thing is, please forgive me again, that please forgive me for having all of this, and thank you God for always being there, for always guiding me, and for really being there. Now, for example, there's a very famous thing which says that, like there was a beach and you're walking and you had some hurdle or some obstacle and you are thinking, God is not coming, God is not coming. But then you kind of come over it. And the God says, I was always there with you. Because the person who kind of took you out from your problem or obstacle has been me. So you must have noticed sometimes, like for example, I always believe in Noor is that supposing you have to go for a meeting or somewhere, and something happens in between. So supposing anything happens in between, and you get late for the meeting, there is a reason why it happens. Maybe God didn't want you to leave at that particular time because there was something which is supposed to happen, or it could be anything. So God is always there with us. It's just that we need to believe in Him and stop doubting things in life,
Yeah.
right? And thank you for always being there, God. Always being the universe is always there to back us up. It depends on how much you believe in the universe, how much you believe in God. The other thing is, which is also a little sad, I always feel, is that two, three things I would like to discuss with you.
Yeah.
I know why people are and always, go. They always want to run. This running somewhere or the other. They need to just, I think they just need to kind of hold themselves back, embrace silence, embrace it, literally embrace it, connect with the inner self, and stop running. Stop running, start living. We're all existing, So the sad part is everybody's existing. To live, you have to be free in your mind, body, and soul.
Okay. Yeah, that's so unusual, Amrita. Really. Okay. So let's go to the next question.
Please.
Yeah, how to handle self-limiting beliefs?
Right. Sure. Okay. So, first of all, we need to accept and acknowledge, sorry, that we've got a belief system, right? A lot of beliefs are there. Now we need to just be with ourselves, write down a piece of paper, what are our beliefs? It's very simple. We just need to sit down, be quiet, just pen that down, whatever the beliefs are. You will get to know exactly which are your self-limiting beliefs and which are your empowering beliefs. Now, the empowering beliefs of yours will head you in the direction you want to go, whereas the self-limiting beliefs will always stop you from achieving your greatness. So a self-limiting belief could be, I'm not worthy, or I can't do this, it's too tough, I don't deserve this. So it could be depending from person to person. So every person has a different self-limiting belief. We can't generalize that. We can't make it stereotype. So every person has their own self-limiting beliefs. They just need to sit, because I always believe that every person has a different question paper to attempt to in life. So you can't be cheating.
Yeah,
Right?
certainly.
So we need to just sit down and understand what our beliefs are, which are our self-limiting beliefs, and remove that and think of what beliefs you want to have, which is going to empower us to be our best. And, when you do that, I want to go one step ahead, if I may.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Thank you. Sure. Okay. So what happens is then you go in front of the mirror and you kind of talk about, you raise your voice. So you go in front of the mirror and you raise your voice and you start saying your beliefs you want to inculcate or incorporate in your life. And then you've got a complete belief system. I also call it I've termed it as a CBS.
Okay.
Any guesses what it means?
CBS,
Yeah, it's my term.
be yourself,
No, C. What does C stand for?
create.
No. Right. So, it's very important not only to have a belief system we want to make it work for ourselves, but be committed to it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Committed belief system. So
Mhm.
commit what you say. So have a belief system which you kind of practice it every day.
Okay.
And you make it your habit. You won't even get to know when you made it your habit. Like if I don't do gratitude meditation first thing in the morning, I'm like, oh my God, like how's my day started off? How could I do this? So I'm like, no, I can't do that. So my day the minute I get up in the morning, my phone is on, the meditation also, I'm like full on, So that's how it starts here. So that's how you kind of basically negate, you kind of first pen down all your belief systems, then you kind of circle them out, then you kind of see, what's really not working for you. And then you get in the new belief system, you affirm yourself with a mirror exercise, and everything works out beautifully. I know it sounds like a bed of roses, but believe you me, it's magical.
Yeah, you are magic yourself, Amrita. Okay, so let's go.
Oh, thank you.
Let's go to the next question.
Yeah,
Why
please.
does energy differ between people from someone to another?
Wow. I just love the questions you're asking. Okay, great. Okay, so let's understand first of all, Noor, that energy is not outside.
Okay.
Right? A lot of time people are looking for energy outside, but the energy is not outside, it's inside us, right? Now, what it means is, so some people are high on energy levels, some are low. What happens is the people who are high, like for example, you've met me, spoken to me. I'm sure you can make out that I've got high energy levels, touch wood with God's grace. So God is in everything. Right. So yeah. So what happens is that basically the people who are high on energy level is because two, three reasons. The first thing is the people they surround themselves with. Very, very, very important. Because if you're going to surround yourself with people who've got high energy levels, you kind of come into their frequency, you come in their mode, and then you also have high energy levels, right? Because you also get motivated, you also get inspired, and you have a high energy level, right?
Oh yeah.
People who are low on energy level is, so for example, I'll give you a visualization thing right now.
Yeah.
Visualize something. So yeah, so for example, you got a friend, right? Now this friend of yours is always complaining, whining. He's like always whining 24/7. He calls it, hi Noor, this has happened, that has happened, this is so bad. what happens is when you're listening to his conversation, right? He's emitting out all his low energy, his negative energy to you, and you are subconsciously taking that in, right? You're not realizing that you're consuming all of that, and you're coming to that level.
Okay.
Right? So it's very important to understand who you surround yourself on a daily basis. Very, very, very important to understand. The minute you surround yourself with high energy people, you'll always be high in energy. That is one point. The second point is a lot of time people are just going about their life aimlessly
Oh yeah.
without knowing where they're heading. They're going just, so for example, if you want to go from A point to a B point, you need to know the route, right? How are you going to reach here? Right? So which means that you need to have daily goals. You need to have daily tasks. You need to know where you're heading. So when you have, like, for example, let's talk about you. You exactly know where you're heading, like, having all these conversations and everything, connecting with so many people, So Noor knows the minute he gets up in the morning that this is what I want to do. This is my daily task. This is my goals and all. So Noor is very clear headed. Similarly with Amrita, she knows exactly what she has to do. Similarly with a lot of other people who know where they have to head. But then there are people, so there are different kind of people, but then there are people who don't know where they're heading.
Oh yeah.
They're just lying around, you know, lying around the bed, just whiling away their time. They're just, lazing around. They're like watching TV, just reading magazine, flipping through magazine and all. So what happens is that those kind of people have no direction in life. So when you have no direction in life, then how can you be on high on energy levels? When you have nothing to aspire for in life, then how can you be high on energy levels?
Yeah.
Right? So when you have a direction, when you know where you're going from A to B, how you're going to reach there, the daily goals, the task, then everybody will be high on energy levels. But a lot of time people just let go of themselves, which is something they shouldn't do.
Yeah, certainly. Great.
Thank you.
Yeah. The next question is, what are allowances?
Perfect. Wow, I love the questions, Noor. I love them. Thank you.
It's your great day today, Amrita.
Yeah, I'm feeling so nice and it's beautiful. Yes. So yeah, Noor, all our life we judge people,
Oh yeah.
which is a very sad thing to do because how can you judge somebody without even knowing their story or their journey, right? So a lot of time we go to a party or we go to a conference or we go for a meeting or anywhere without even knowing the person, we start having an opinion about the person. We start thinking, what, like this person is like very snooty or very snobbish or very uptight, or it could be anything, right? It depends from person to person, it differs, right? So what happens is that when you start forming these opinions, right, you start forming judgments. Now, I want to ask you that when you're forming a judgment about somebody, right? Firstly, who's given you that right? Who's given the right to the people to judge the other person?
No one.
Secondly, no one,
Yeah.
right? Secondly, Noor, what happens is that when you are judging, supposing you've judged somebody, right? So you're like, nobody's given you the right, and you're judging somebody. Are you their perfect version? Are you their best version? If we're going to judge someone, right? If you're going to judge someone or somebody's going to judge someone, you please become your perfect version for them in their eyes that you can judge the person. A lot of time, when people call me up with something, they start saying, Amrita, this person is like that. And I tell them, please, I don't want to talk about all this because we have no right. We're not God.
Yeah.
We have no right to judge anybody, right? So it's very important that we don't judge anybody, right? And we give them allowances. We get to know them because I'll tell you what, Noor, a lot of times when we kind of make judgments about somebody and if we get to know the person, we realize that that person is one of the nicest people we've met in our life. And we'll like them so much that we want to also defend them and do whatever they want. Like we could actually go out of our way to do things for them. So can you think of a moment when something of this sort has happened?
Yeah, a lot. A lot of times.
Allowances.
Yeah. Sure. We usually like judge very quickly, but then we interact with each other, and then you find out that he is a fantastic person. Really.
And then you start wondering, why did I judge the person in the first place? Like, why did you judge the person in the first place? Like, just be receptive, be open, you know. Just get to know people without forming judgments and give them allowance,
Yeah.
right? Operate from the mode of love. Love is a beautiful feeling. And the more love you have for everything in your life, everything becomes blissful.
Okay. Let's go to the next question. When do people form their beliefs about themselves and the world?
Right. Wow. I love the question. Right. So the minute they're born, right, when they start going to school, right, or when they're about, see, the formative years are very, very important, right? 0 to 7 is your formative years. Those are the years when you start forming beliefs about everything in life. And that time, you start conditioning your mind without even realizing it. So your belief starts getting formed when you start growing up. And that 0 to 7 age group is the time when you form maximum beliefs.
Yeah, that's so like, okay, if people are so young or too young to form a belief that will continue all their life, like what kind of consciousness, what kind of awareness should people develop when they become adults, when they have enough like mind and enough understanding to be able to overcome these, let's say, childish beliefs about themselves?
What a fantastic question. What a brilliant question. Brilliant. I love it. Okay, so Noor, let's visualize for a second. There is a person, there's a father who has not achieved much in life, who's a drunkard, who's had a divorce, who has had a very, who's not been able to accomplish all that he desired for, uh, is basically not been able to get where he wanted to be. Right now, this father has got two kids, right? So one kid is a kid who's basically achieved a lot in life in terms of marriage, kids, everything, has got everything. Or imagine a mother. It could be anybody. So I'm just saying that they both come from a family where this person is like this. So there's one kid who's basically not achieved much. Maybe had a bad marriage. The kids are with the mother, or didn't get the kind of job he wanted, low paid salary, not get doing much in the work scenario. And there's another person, there's another boy or girl who's achieved everything in life, accomplished everything, super achiever, got everything in life, uh, excellent marriage, two beautiful kids, very beautiful, loving family. Everything is perfect, right? Everything is perfect. So I have a question for you, Noor. Why do you think? Noor's like, yeah, I like that. She has a question for me.
Okay.
Right, Noor. I have a question for you. So both the kids are from the same family. What do you think happened? Why do you think they both turned out to be very different?
Okay, if I'll go to my beliefs and what I understand, I think that like we have an inner pointer or an inner compass that some people would like to go in the right way, some other people would like to go in the wrong way. Like there are no obvious reasons for success or failure, but it's like they like it or they find it more comfortable than the other way. Let's say, for example, that the successful person went through hardships and difficulties. Yeah, that's possible. The other person may be not that like on the left side, or that person that we think failed may not that be so happy as we may think about him. Like inside himself, he may have like bad feelings or like hard feelings about himself and about the world, but this is his outside. Um, but you know, these are their choices.
Right. So what happened is very nice, Noor. Basically, what happened that so one kid, so they basically formed two different belief systems. One kid formed a belief system of a victim,
Oh, okay.
right? That my father was like this. I've had a bad, how I've had a bad family. I've had this. He's always victimized himself. He felt like a victim all his life. That's why he turned out to be that he was not able to accomplish anything in life.
Oh
The
yeah.
other kid had a belief system of a creator. He said, okay, this is my given scenario. This is what has happened. but now I'm going to change everything in my life. I'm going to ensure that what I went through when I was a kid will never happen to me. So that other kid, he formed a belief system of being a creator, and he created everything in his life what he wanted. So it's up to each one of them or outside everybody that whether they want to have a belief system of a victim or a belief system of a creator.
Oh yeah,
The choice is in
that
each person's hand.
yeah. You are saying some like so wisest words, some difficult words, like you are challenging people and attacking them to the face. You have this in your mind, and then you should stop. But that's difficult, Amrita. You get my point.
No, so I'm not attacking anybody. I love people. I just love people. And in fact, I've done my MBA in human resources. So that kind of reaffirms that I love people. But I'm just saying that we all have a choice of either being a victim or a creator. We all have a choice.
Let me ask you another
Everyone has a
difficult
choice.
question, Amrita. Sorry for interrupting you.
No, it's okay. No worries.
But
Yeah,
let me
no
ask you.
worries at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, please.
Suppose I created a victim belief system about myself. And then I have been inside this belief, and this belief has been inside me for 30 years or 40 years. How am I supposed to like form a new system and live in a new way? After 40 years living my belief and being comfortable in it, and I'm fine. Why should I go somewhere else and then suffer new things? You get my point?
Right. So, what I would say is there are two, three things which come into this. The first thing is that ego is not a very good thing. Ego always says e and go, let go, right? It's very important to understand that if your life hasn't turned out the way you wanted it to be, there are reasons why it hasn't turned out. Because as I've always said, the power is in each one of us, the greatness is in each one of us, right? It's about us tapping into it, about us acknowledging it, and about us accepting it, that we're born for greatness. We can't be caged, right? So even if the person is say 30 years old or 40 years old or 50 years old or x number of years old, the person has to first of all accept. See, a lot of time people are in a denial mode. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept what is happening with their life,
Okay.
right? But the most important thing is to accept what is happening in your life. See, you have to be honest to your own self, right? Honesty is very important. To be honest to your own self, you have to realize that yes, I wanted my life to be like this. It hasn't turned out like this. What are my beliefs? What are my thought process? As I said earlier, also pen them down on a piece of paper. Circle the ones which are not helping you out or are not empowering you to be in the direction you want to be in. Remove that with the new belief system. Form a new belief system. Practice your daily affirmations. Mirror. Mirror is the most powerful tool you can ever get. Practice your mirror exercises every day. And believe you me, and stop doubting. No doubt. Just keep on doing it. You want to do it because you love doing it. You enjoy doing it. Right? So once that feeling of that loving and enjoying comes in, then you gradually make it a habit. And then you turn out to be what you always wanted to be.
Perfect. Perfect. So let's
So
go
as
to
I
the
always say, stop running and start living.
we will try, Amrita. So
No, no, I'm sure everybody's got their greatness. I'm a very strong believer that each person is powerful. Each person has the power within them. Each person is born for greatness and has a lion or lioness within them. Each person. Every person is born for a reason, for a purpose.
yeah.
Every
Perfect.
person.
Perfect. When and why can people be able to help themselves?
Beautiful question again. Right. So I love it. Okay. So they can only help themselves when they are full, right? Which means that if you want to help others, you can't help them without being full. If you are empty from inside, if you are sad, if you are unhappy, then how can you help somebody else,
Mhm. Certainly.
right? And even if you're going to try and help somebody, it's not going to go a long way because it's really important to understand that you have to be full in your life to give to others. So, for example, there's a cup and a saucer. So there's a cup, there's a beautiful tea mug for you. Right? We're putting the Indian tea in that.
Wonderful.
Right? The Indian tea in that, we're putting. Now the cup has started overflowing.
Mhm.
So when
Sure.
it's overflowing is a time when you start giving out to everybody you connect with.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's so inspiring. So let's go
So
to
yes,
your yeah. So let's go to your professional career. What are your
yeah.
techniques and tools?
Right, perfect. So basically, right now, as I said, mentioned earlier also to you, Noor, that I worked for about 22 years in diversified industries and verticals and genres. And I gained a lot of diverse experience. I've been always a person who's love people. I love people. You know, you can make out. Like when I'm talking to you, I'm sure you can make out. And I love connecting with people. For me, you know, I think there is basically it's all about relationships in life, right? The only thing you leave behind in this world are your relationships, because when you go away, people don't remember with you with what you had, right? They remember you for who you were as a person,
Yes.
right? If you kind of go back and think about it, you would know that you'll only remember the person for who this person was. You'll say, you know what, my uncle was a great person, or my aunt was a great person. She was so loving, so caring, so, you know, compassionate or passionate, or, you know, whatever you think. But I think the relationships are very important. So what I would say is that basically, I've worked with diverse people. I've been into a lot of client servicing, into a lot of relationship building, and into a lot of these things. So I wanted to write a book for a very long time, as I mentioned to you.
Mhm.
And I realized that now was the best time to write a book, because the universe has given us all the time in the world. So I'm writing a book on inner transformation. It's in the process of getting over, which is going to have all the aspects. Going to be a very insightful book, a book with a lot of exercise and all. So I'm an author,
Yep.
and I wouldn't say a transformation coach, but a passionate transformation coach. See, a transformation coach could be anybody, but when
Yeah.
you basically become a passionate transformation coach, it has a different meaning altogether. Then you're passionate to impact people's life, so they can lead a life of abundance, right? So when you mix up your passion with your work, then it's a different feeling altogether.
Yeah. That's so inspiring. Do you think you are? Well, no, no, no. Let me ask you another question first, okay?
Sure, please. Yeah, please
Like
do.
we have been speaking about the belief system. What is
Yes.
your committed belief system? I can remember the acronym now.
Right. So, okay. So my committed belief system is that I'm abundant.
Mhm.
I'm abundant and I'm healthy. Very important, because health is wealth,
Yeah.
right? If you're not healthy, then that wealth is of no use. What are you going to do with all the money when you're not healthy? You can't enjoy life. So I always say I'm healthy, I'm abundant, you know.
Yeah. That's perfect. Let's link the other question. Do
Please
you
do.
think you are a successful person?
Absolutely. There are no two ways about it.
Okay. Why is that?
Okay. Beautiful question again. I love the question.
Okay.
So okay. See, success is a holistic term. Now, success is not just about money. It's about being successful in relationships, in health, in wealth, in work you do, everything. And if you have a mindset of being successful, you'll always be successful. So, success is a very holistic term. You can't just measure success with the money or the business. It's about being successful in every area of your life.
Oh yeah, I got your point. Let's go to another question. Can you reject to help certain customers, and why?
Can you reject? Sorry?
Yeah, the question again. Can you reject to work with or to help certain customers? That's the question.
Do you want to reject? See, please understand that Noor, each person has the greatness in them. Each person is born as a lion, lioness, and we have no right, as I said earlier, also to judge anybody.
Oh, yes.
So, not correct. See, remember, what you give out to the universe is what you get back. If you're going to operate from the mode of rejection, what will you get?
Rejection.
Rejection. I've answered you.
Let me ask you the question in another way. Okay.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. What
Please
are
do.
what are your criteria to choose your customers?
I don't have any criteria for choosing customers because each person is great. Each person is born for greatness. And I want to impact as many lives as possible so that they can live a life of gratitude, a life of beliefs which are empowering beliefs and not self limiting beliefs, a life which is going to give them all the abundance in all the areas in their life.
Perfect. What else would you like to say?
I've spoken so much.
Yeah.
What else would you like to say, man?
Is there a
Yeah,
time?
okay,
Yeah.
okay, I would want to say something, Noor. On the lighter side, I was just
Yeah.
joking with you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what I want to say is, Noor, that now is a time which is a very, very tough time for everybody. Everybody is going through a lot of struggle, a lot of turmoils, a lot of ups and downs. People have lost their jobs. People have lost their business, or they've lost a lot of money. They've It's been a very, very tough time. Let's understand that.
Yeah.
But it's also a time maybe to go inside and reflect inside, connect with your higher self, understand the purpose of your life, understand what you love doing, what your passion is, and build on that. And I'll also say that people are also very stressed out. People are stressed out because of what is happening with them.
Mhm.
They must Noor, practice gratitude.
Okay.
There is no other way.
Perfect.
No.
That's a great message to.
And I also want to say
Yeah. Go ahead. Go
that,
ahead, please. Please.
yes, I also want to say, stay home, stay safe, stay blessed.
Yeah. These are very strong words, Amrita, to end with. It has been extraordinary talking to you, Amrita. I appreciate your help and time. Go ahead.
So, Noor, we were talking about that, all that we say in life kind of puts us in a particular frequency. Now, let's imagine, Noor, that, we want to hear English, but you put on a Hindi channel or a Mandarin channel on the radio station. Now, how can you hear English on a Mandarin radio channel, right? So, for you to get all that you want in your life, you need to be operating from that frequency, right? So the frequency makes all the difference in our life. And the frequency we are in, the vibrations happen as per that. So
Okay.
all that, see, basically, another thing I would like to say is, Noor, that all that you see outside is a reflection of your inside. Your outside world is nothing else except what you've thought, what you've said, and what you've done. So you get to create the world you want to have outside. you know and it always starts from you. It always starts from each person.
Certainly.
So that is very important.